In my last video, I was talking about the method of the physical asana and how it alleviates stiffness in the physical body to then be able to lie still, to lie in shavasana, and then that invitation to go inside. But it's also interesting to observe the connection with the physical asana and how it quietens the mind. When I first started yoga, and for decades that follow, I couldn't get out of my own way. I was so in my head, in the practice even, and the practice was quite a physical practice for me. I was really driven by the intensity of the yoga asanas and the challenge of doing pretty, the big, magnificent poses, headstand drop backs into back bends and all the different birds and all the different inversions and arm balances. But over time, where I really started more and more to observe the physical practice and how that allowed me a sense of presence when I was on my mat. And, honestly, I was not present off my mat. But when I get on my mat, I was able to be, for that 2 hours or however longer I was in class or in practice, to be with myself and be fully embodied in my body. And, the specifics of all the actions that you get when you come to an Iyengar yoga class, the mind has no other choice but to focus. When we're talking about turn the inner calves against the inner thighs, or turn the forearms in against the bicep, turning out in something like Adho Mukha Svanasana, off a good stable base, your mind can be nowhere else when you're thinking about that. And there's focus that's required. And over time, being able to focus on a specific instruction, not just hearing it, how to penetrate that in your own body, allows your mind to be still. And as we move into the deeper layers of the Eightfold Path, that single pointed concentration is there when you're specifically observing the actions required in each asana. So how it stills the mind, and that stilling of the physical body, which I briefly discussed in my previous video, the ability to quieten the mind, get out of our way, get out of the thoughts, go underneath the thoughts and be still and present in our practice. Also as the method to then lie down in shavasana or sit in deeper meditation and move into those later rungs of the Eightfold Path.